It's the Church of the Fall. I named it because I did a radio show with the same name. Because Fall fans get called like in the cult of the Fall, and it's like it shouldn't be a cult. It should be a broad church. There's something for everybody in the Fall. You know, I mean, greater than the Beatles, up there with Beethoven. You know, I mean, the variety of the Fall is incredible, and it shouldn't be a cult. And I used to be religious when I was, and I've still got religious friends who I respect, but I'm an atheist now. Up until about 21, I became atheist. I used to sort of like slip Jesus in the conversation, but now I slip the Fall in the conversation. It's the same sort of urge, you know, like you're missing something in your life here. Not eternal life, I don't believe in that anymore. But you know, you listen to the Fall. Start with this, and most of the time, like in the Bible, it falls on stony ground. You know what I mean? But occasionally, it doesn't. So, and the lyrics, just read the lyrics. I mean, I'll keep that with me when I'm doing the show because it's not exactly the Bible to me, but some of these they're just brilliant and hilarious. Subby places, poetry. So that's it. I'm just trying to come one, come all to the Church of the Fall is the message. Just over there from where we sit in the King's Arms, we all know this proper man, I've only lived up here for 20 odd years, the Boddington's Brewery, and it closed and they had a gig venue, didn't they? So I'd had some photos taken with the guys, some actors' shots. Michael Pollard, he did the 1985 cover of This Nation's Saving Grace with Klaus Kaskinoid. And I didn't know this, I walked in, there's a picture of this blonde woman on the wall, it was Brick Smith, and I said, oh, she's attractive, who's that? And he said, oh, it's Marquis Smith's ex. Started talking, he said, oh, people tell me to watch The Fall, but you know, I like the Smiths a lot, but I've never got The Fall. You know, but Morrissey, let's not talk about where he's gone now. But anyway, so I just went to that gig at Boddington, and I'm looking at my mate and going, this is just a angry middle-aged man. It's like me, but he's got a band behind him, you know what I mean? But and I thought, I've got to keep trying. I went to, it might have been the third gig, and like the penny went bang, and I thought, wow, this is genius. I think a lot of people probably listen to the Fall and go, but persist, you know what I mean? You've got the Fall, you know, the Fall don't come to you, you've got to go to the Fall, you know what I mean? A bit like with Jesus, I guess, I don't know. Perhaps not. Jesus is a bit more like welcoming, I think, really, from what I remember. There'll be some Fall music, there'll be a bit of history of the Fall, but it's not just going to be like an Anorak's thing of the Fall. One, because everybody used to the Fall 40 years, near enough 60 members, 130 odd albums with compilations and all that. It's Courtney Love tweeted the other day, who's listened to all 138 albums by the Fall? Yeah. And no, it's going to be about me as well, about my relationship to music, to the Fall. One thing the Fall gave me was a renewed love of music, because I thought, if I've missed this, I've missed 25 years of this, what else have I missed? So I must have been to more gigs in the last 15, not just, I've seen the Fall about 30 odd times probably. Not enough, but never mind. But I've seen like, my lad's taken me to see, what's his name, Dan, who's he a rapper? I can't remember his album, can't remember his name, unfortunately, Dan. Massive in Manchester Arena, that was good. I've seen a bit of drill, you know. I've revisited bands like Cypress Hill, I never took any out myself before. And if I see a band now, I'll just think, my mate says, sod it, let's go. Because like, you've got to believe I'll find the next Fall. I don't really believe that deep down, but I've got to keep looking, you know what I mean? And so I just look, you know, it's like the reinvigorating my love for music, because as far as I can tell, never met him, he had a big lot of records, and he was a big music fan. On every album they did at least one cover. So he clearly was listening to other people, so, you know, it's not, you know, it's not a cult. I know I sound mad, but it's not a cult. Yeah, I'd hope so. I really want to make it, you know, if Fall fans come, that's great. We'll have a week together at some point, you know, probably during, and after. But like, I really wanted people to come and say, well, I still go and get the Fall, he's played bits of it, but I understood the story, it relates to me, because it's about people's love for music. And somebody will be sitting there, I mean, the publicity I've put, like, you know, a musical and a film about Queen and not one show about the Fall, you know, it's literally bobbins, isn't it? But you know, if somebody loves the Queen as much as I love the Fall and gets as much out of Queen, that's a good thing, isn't it? You know, you know, I don't get it, they won't get it, you know. But we can be in the religion of music, you know, is the thing, you know. So I'm hoping somebody can come and say, it's not all going to be like the A to Z of the Fall, because that took me about 2 years anyway, just from start to finish. They'd have to bring a bed, you know. So no, I want it to be accessible because it's a church, it's not a cult. I might do the cult of Fall later, where it's just for Fall fans. And we go into, let's just study these 2 tracks off this album. You know, that won't be this show. You know what I mean? That won't be this show. Come one, come all to the Church of the Fall. It's my second show in the Manchester Fringe. I did Rescued, Nina Gilligan 3 years ago. Nina Gilligan wrote it. She's a friend. I do a bit of stand-up. I've got a friend called Nina Gilligan. She's much better at it than me, more successful. She just won the Mercury Comedian of the Year. So I'm a little bit, I'm more Vauxhall Conference. She's more, you know, Premiership, like the Wolves and Man United. But she wrote it. There's another guy, Sean. Oh man, his name's gone out of my head. McGowan. It's like Shane McGowan, I was getting wrong. Sean McGowan, he was her boyfriend, and I played 6 or 7 parts upstairs in the King's Arms. Great fun, loved that. I was going to do King's Arms this, but I missed the vote, it was too late. Would have been good because Mark, you know, drinks near, but Lock 91's a great venue. It's a lovely little venue. So I do acting when I can, and you know, not that much in demand, but you know, there's plenty of supply, not enough demand for my acting, stand up and writing and stuff. But I did a radio show, which was, I had a couple of 3 ex-Fall members on that, and just went through, talked about themes in the Fall and stuff on Fab Radio International down the road, you know, down by the bus station, Chorlton Street. Is it Chorlton? I have written bits of short non-fiction about the Fall, and you know, spoken word nights, not just about the Fall, not just about the Fall. I'm a complete lunatic, but yeah. So I do like to write. I've been doing a lot of stuff of late with Make It Right in Liverpool. They're a good organisation. They're doing a bit of acting, from developing scripts and writing a few things they've turned into stuff. So I'm showing off, I suppose. But this is about the Fall. It's not about me. Just like I say, it's free entry, ex-members of the Fall. So if they all turn up, I'll literally, you know, I'm not expecting to make a profit, but I'll definitely make a loss if they all turn up, because they're coming in free. So I know Si Wollstonecraft a bit, lovely bloke, you know. Si played, you know, played Fall them years. Knows Ian Brown played with him, and a bit of a Manchester, in the fabric of the Manchester music scene. Most cheerful guy in the world, you know. Have a drink with him, always cheers you up. And Paul Hanley, one of the Hanley brothers, Steve Hanley, for 19 years, phenomenal bass. Apparently taught himself. Wow. And obviously. Steve Hanley's quite an erudite chap as well, and he's written books about Manchester music in general, and he's done one about Have a Bleeding Guess about Hex Induction Hour. So he talks about the making of Fall album accident. So he's done 2 or 3 books, not all of them about the Fall, but hopefully he'll come as well. So. Yeah. But anybody, Bricks, if you're watching, you can come, or anybody from any lineup, any era. If it's the Fall, it's good. You know what I mean? If I don't get bottled off and it's half decent, I do feel a weight of, you know, like trying to do justice to the Fall, or like do justice to Beethoven or Mozart or something. If it's half decent, I'd like to, you know, to maybe take you down to Edinburgh. 1, because I just do want to tell people about the Fall, and 2, you just meet some interesting people. If you mention the Fall, you'll either get people who never heard of it, or they'll go, oh, I've got a story, I know the Fall, yeah, I like the Fall, or I've met so and you just meet some good people, you know what I mean? So it's a bit like a religion, I suppose. You walk around, it's like if you're a Christian, you sort of you've got a sympathetic out, but if you meet a Fall fan, you just know. Yeah. You're on that level straight away.